Sometime in 2016, animation studio Ember Labs decided to get into video game development, the offspring of their partnership with Sony being the decidedly lovely and cinematic Kena Bridge of Spirits in 2021. Now, 3 years later, after an anniversary update and PC release, it finally makes its way onto the Xbox ecosystem. What struck me most with Kena Bridge of Spirits when I first saw it, and what still stands true today, are the outstanding visuals and commitment to cinematic presentation. To say that it's beautiful is a massive understatement. At a time when technology was leaping ahead, it was the first game I remember seeing that had the same visual style and look of a fully featured CGI movie that you might expect from Pixar or Disney. Ember Labs' commitment to visual design and cinematic presentation stands throughout the experience, whether you're viewing the game's letterbox cutscenes or during actual gameplay. It's a look that permeates the entire design process, making Kena's world less open, but more carefully crafted for maximum visual impact. That there's an element of Studio Ghibli design is also to its credit. From every leaf to fallen tree stump, from every friendly character to enemy creature, Kena is breathtaking to behold and one of the few games where I'm glad there's a photo mode. The game is just as lushly animated, from Kena herself to her expressive and ever so cute companions, the Rot, which follow you around and do your bidding. Ember Labs' experience in video production and animation is put to full use here. As for the game itself, Kena Bridge of Spirits puts you in the shoes of young spirit guide Kena. Her job is to put lingering spirits to rest, while trying to stop a pervading decay that is corrupting the world. With the help of the Rot, cute companion spirits that, despite their name, assist Kena in saving the spirits of a corrupted village on a quest to find a mountain shrine that may have answers to stopping the decay. Kena takes a surprisingly respectful approach to the themes of life, death, grief, and coming to terms with loss. The excellent story is backed up by some fantastic, understated performances that double down on the grief the world has endured. Less innovative than its visuals and storytelling is Kena's gameplay systems and basic loop. There's a tried and tested formula at play here that you've seen in many other third-person action and adventure games. The Rot, for all their cuteness, are really just another way to manipulate the environment, from moving around boxes to opening levers. But it works, adding a layer of believability to the world, and ensuring Kena's journey isn't a lonely one. Kena's skills come in the form of a magical barrier to deflect damage, light and heavy attacks, dodge rolls, spirit arrows, and a double jump. The environment is full of light platforming elements, from Uncharted-style clambering around on ledges to reach high areas, to making your way across areas via decrepit bridges or raised platforms. It's really by the numbers here, with chests to find, currency to obtain to enhance your skills, and cosmetic items aplenty for your Rot to wear as hats. Your skills are also useful out of combat, mostly to open up new paths or using spirit arrows as grapple points to reach otherwise unreachable areas. Despite the familiarity, exploration is one of Kena's strongest gameplay aspects, and not just because the game's visuals astound at every turn, but also because it's sublimely restful. That said, combat does throw a decent challenge at you as you're tasked with clearing out the corruption. Infected areas are full of pustular growths you need to spirit bomb, but before you can do that, you're going to have to deal with the enemies they spawn. Your Rot can help you in combat by distracting enemies and opening up healing plants when your health is low, but enemies come at you in waves. New types are slowly introduced across the campaign, including several hulking bosses, and defeating them all opens up the corrupted flowers to your spirit energy. Cleansed areas burst back to life in a variety of colors as flowers bloom and water flows. It's an effect reminiscent of Capcom's Okami, and, like everything else in this game, it's gorgeous to watch and empowering to do. Kena's gameplay loop sticks to the same basic flow throughout. Get to an area, explore it, fight enemies and cleanse it, all while learning more about the spirits that inhabited this land and occasionally fighting a boss. It may be simple, but it's extraordinarily effective, especially when coupled with the stellar storytelling. For those interested in the performance on new hardware, Xbox Series X offers up a performance and quality mode. Quality mode runs at 30 frames per second at native 4K, while performance mode runs at 60 frames per second with lower resolutions upscaled. Regardless of which option you choose, the game is gorgeous, and I can't say I noticed any frame rate issues. You get to choose between crisper visuals or snappier performance. Wrapping up, The wait for Kena Bridge of Spirits to hit the Xbox ecosystem has been worth it for those who've held out. With stellar storytelling and simple but sublime gameplay, it's an amazing cinematic audiovisual journal worth taking for all ages.
If you've got this far, please consider giving the video a like and maybe subscribing to our channel, as it helps us grow.